Hey, it's Alicia, and happy Wednesday to everybody. Happy hump day to everybody. We're halfway through the week. I am here with a 12 by 12 layout. I'm starting with a piece of 12 by 12 inch watercolor paper. I just get it in like this big huge pad and then I cut it down. Um, I'm gonna do some inking through a stencil. This is a Heidi Swap stencil and I love it. If you watched my last video, I talked about my obsession with these plus sign design thing that's going on. And so yeah, when I saw this stencil a while back, I'm like, oh, perfect. Now I can have as many plus sign design papers as I want because I can just make them. So I'm doing some inking, like I said, with some distress inks, and I'm using the Hickory Smoke, Worn Lipstick, Spun Sugar, and Wild Honey, I believe. And I'm kind of doing it like blending them together. So I'm starting with the Hickory Smoke at the bottom, then moving to the what's it called? Oh, I just said it. Worn Lipstick, and then the Spun Sugar, and then the Wild Honey at the top. So I'm going to do that across the whole shebang here. Um, and I'm not making it perfectly even, so like the pinks will go up and down. It's not like I didn't do 2 rows of gray, 2 rows of pink, 2 rows of the light pink, it just flows. And then I also did some at the top there, you can see, but on the top I only did the pinks and the oranges so that it kind of looks like it just fades out where the white part is. And I thought that was pretty clever. No, no, I don't know. I just wanted to do some inking. So this is the photo I'm using. I randomly go through my like gallery in my phone when I'm looking for photos that I want to print. And my youngest daughter takes selfies all the time on my phone. And so I just find these little pics of happiness. And so I decided to scrapbook one. I just thought it was pretty funny. I just like when they make funny faces. It's just funny. So I'm taking a stencil. I believe this is a Dilution stencil. I've had it for a pretty long time. And I'm just, putting some modeling paste through there. I have lots of different kinds of modeling pastes, creams, whatever you want to call them. But I always find myself going back to this Liquitex one. I find that I like to, dry everything with a heat gun. And I find this is the only one that I own that doesn't puff up when I heat it. So I think that's why I like it. If I'm going to let something air dry, though, I'll use whatever other one I have. So yeah, I think I'm just cleaning off my stencil. I'm sorry, this is bad editing on my part. Shame on you, Alicia. So yeah, here I am with the heat gun, just heating it up. And yeah, so now it's dry. And I'm just showing you that I take my Tim Holtz sander thingy and I just run it over the top because, when you use modeling paste, sometimes you get a peak here and I sometimes don't mind and then sometimes I do mind. And so I just sand it all so it's all even. You just do it really lightly. I don't know how safe it is. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be wearing some kind of mask so you don't inhale the dust, but for as little as I did, I mean, I didn't have a mask on, but just forewarned if you decide to do something like that. But it does make it all nice and even and smooth, so yeah. So I am using this Bella Rouge 6x6 pad. That's kind of where I pulled the Distress ink colors from when I picked them. And I'm just picking some sheets there to layer behind the photo. And quick note, this photo, how I have it like orientated now, like with her face, the normal way you would look at a face, is not the actual way the picture was taken. It was taken on its side. So I'm going to go through a while with it upright like this. That's how the picture's supposed to be. Um, I'm going to go with it for a while upright and then I'm going to switch it to how it is here, but you'll see that later. So I pulled out this other sheet and I just did a notebook punch on the bottom of it and I'm going to layer that underneath the photo. I just like that stripe, you know, I love stripes. So I knew I needed to pull in a multicolor sheet. So you see there that they're oh my gosh, I am telling you, I feel so bad for people that like watch my videos. I'm so thankful you do because I can never talk. It's just ridiculous. So, anyways, I pulled in a multicolored sheet to kind of bring everything together, and I'm going to die cut a circle out of there. Um, and I placed a little strip of like a dark script paper underneath the photo, just kind of to ground it. I don't know. It's just funny when I find myself using like the scrapbooking terminology. I don't know. Yeah. And then this paper I love. I'm obsessed with this paper. This is like that patent leather looking paper that you can get at Michael's right now. It's like out for Halloween. But I just cut a strip of that too because I love it's just a different texture when you look at the paper. I mean, all of a sudden there's like this shiny, vinyl-y looking paper. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna do some coloring here on the modeling paste. I'm just using gelatos and drew on a piece of packaging with them and then just mixed them with some water. And I have two different shades of pink here, so I mix them together and then I'm gonna do a little of them on their own, just so there's like different shades of pink in there. And I'm using a pretty big brush to do this. So there's a little bit of a darker pink, and then I'm actually just going to go in with the dark pink and draw directly on the modeling paste and then apply water. Excuse me, just so it gives a more richer, more, you know, ugh, you know what I'm saying. So there you go, that's the pinks, and now I'm going to do the same with a couple, this like yellow and this orangey color. And yeah, just going through the same process. You know, the layers didn't have too much color in them. They were pretty black, and then there's a little splash of pink, but I wanted more color in the background. And the reason I didn't do the smushing technique is because, distress inks react with water, and I just wanted to do it this way so I'd have more control over where the liquid was going, so I wouldn't completely mess up all that stenciling that I did with the distress inks. So there we go. That's going to be the main layout. I also flicked some Heidi Swap Gold Shine on the back and then wiped it up immediately so it wouldn't, before it had a chance to really dry. So it's just shimmery dots versus really gold dots, I guess. So I'm inking around everything with this Hickory Smoke distressed ink. I just love that color. I just love gray though. I love gray. I love it. It's by far my favorite neutral. And so I've pretty much figured out that that's how I want things. So I'm going to place some pop dots behind this picture and I'm going to cut a little tiny banner out of this, a horrible one. So I'm going to redo it. I don't know why. Just because I got that bright idea at that moment, I guess. I love listening to process videos where people have a really good explanation of why they do the things they do. And I wish I had those kind of explanations with mine, but I don't. So here I stitched. I had a lot of trouble. My tension was off, and I'm pretty new to sewing, so it was kind of a battle for me, but I got it done, and I just wanted some messy stitching back there anyways, so it works. But I just did a bunch of lines across it. I would do like a straight stitch, and then I would do zigzags on part of it. So that's how that came out. It's cool though. So I'm going to rough up those little notebook punch thingies. And yeah, I did stick a doily also behind that circle that I die cut out. And this is a die cut. That's a Tim Holtz die cut. I did end up purchasing the die, but oh yeah, it's Jen actually sent me this one. So I'm going to use it. I like conned her into sending me a whole bunch of die cuts of dies that I didn't have. So thanks, Jen. And I just smushed some pink distress inks on there, and then I spritzed it with, well, I attempted to spritz it with Perfect Pearls mist, because that's a really nice gold mist, but it wouldn't spray, so I used the Heidi Swap and then dried it. And now on to embellishing. Oh, here I go. You see how I turned the picture, how she actually took it. It's just so funny. I don't know. She's a funny kid. as most 4-year-olds are, entertaining. So I stuck that little Heidi Swap Hello banner thingy there. And I grabbed some thickers and I'm going to start working on my title. These are some, I don't even have the packaging for these. I know they're thickers. They're chipboard and they're black with a tiny little polka dot on them. So I spelled out selfie with that, and you see I have a little helper down there. Um, and I'm going to use these Studio Calico alphas, these gold alphas, to spell out her. So it will say her selfie. And yeah, these are really cute alphas. They're the first time I'm using them, but they're hard. They were hard for me to place where I wanted them to. They're rubber, I believe, so or like have a rubbery texture. So, but I got them. And usually, sometimes I'm finicky and sometimes I'm not. I guess today I was just finicky with that her word. Um, so yeah, there's Olivia just reinforcing everything for me, pushing alphas down and an acrylic block in the other hand. So yeah, so now I grabbed these. These are actually the alpha that come on the back of the After Dark sticker sheet, that After Dark line that's by Crate Paper. And I really love this alpha. It's just a black tile alpha, but the letters are gold, and it's just a nice clean font on the actual tile. So I use those to put 4 going on 24 because she is, unfortunately. And then I just stitched through the tile stickers and the thickers just to hold them down. Especially those stickers, they weren't very sticky. And then the tile stickers were having a hard time because that thread was under them and gelatos and all kinds of stuff. So I just stitched through those quick. And here I am putting, that's a Heidi Swap frame, just a black and white stripe frame. Um, I just layered that behind the photo. These are some Studio Calico feathers, and I recently used them, so they were on my brain. So I stuck a few on this layout, just get them used up, I guess. And then I also stuck that LOL wood veneer. That's from We Are Memory Keepers. I stuck that by the picture. And then these are some Me and My Big Ideas like chipboard pieces. So I'm going to use a couple of those. A couple little arrows, and I'm looking through this one. I really like those Mombi packs, so you get a lot of chipboard, and I just will pick them up like at Michael's and stuff. And so if I use the coupon, they're pretty reasonably priced. And I mean, you get a lot of chipboard in there. So I pulled out this pink heart, but I'm not going to use it. I don't know. Just having issues, I guess. These are some Heidi Swap puffy stickers. And I believe I am going to use a couple of these. Yeah. Um, I'm going to use that camera. And I know I'm going to use an arrow. Yeah, I'm going to stick an arrow over there. And so a lot of my embellishments are like black and gold. You know, there's a couple pink ones. Oh, I put that 4 there because she's 4 years old. But to kind of, oh, and then these are these glittery chipboard hearts. I love those things. I wish I got those like on last call at Studio Calico, and they sold out really quick. So I was lucky to even get one pack, but I should have got like a bunch. Sorry about that. Ah, stop. Sorry. So yeah, anyways. So like I was saying, a lot of the embellishments are really black and gold, you know. So I decided to just punch out a couple 1-inch circles. I punched out like a multicolored one and then like a pink and black diagonal stripe. And I'm just going to take these, you know, epoxy. There we go again, Alicia. Epoxy stickers. What if I just did a whole process video like that? That'd be annoying, huh? Uh, and stuck them in with the layers. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I just put those epoxy sticker things over the circles, you know, so they look like epoxy stickers now. And I put one by that frame, and then I layered one to the bottom left of the picture. And now I'm sticking these like square, I don't even know what material that is. They're like maybe like a resin. I don't know. They're teeny tiny little squares though, and they're white. So I'm just scattering those around. And then I'm going to take some enamel dots in black and gold. And these again are from the After Dark collection. And these are all really good sized enamel dots. I love this pack of enamel dots, like the sizes, because even the big ones are little. It's just nice. So I scattered some of those around. We're getting to the end here. Don't worry. I know this is like the worst voiceover ever. So I'm going to date stamp. And yeah, it's just the date. And I don't even know what that phrase says. Documented, I think. So I just stamped that at the bottom of the photo, and I was too lazy to look for my T-square ruler, so I'm just using my needle book to draw some lines up there, and I'm just going to do a couple lines of journaling about how she steals my phone and takes pictures, and then when I'm going through my phone, it just makes me smile because they're just so fun. Some of them are just so funny, you know? Um, So yeah, there's my journaling. I am gonna grab some mist now, and this is the Tim Holtz black soot mist spray, whatever, and I'm just gonna splatter some of that, uh, you know, on the layout, and I'm gonna dry it, and that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this layout. I'm gonna do some close-ups now. Yeah, thanks for joining me and sticking around. I know these voiceovers are, they get a little bit like repetitive sometimes, but I hope you enjoy it. I enjoy making them. So, hope everyone has a great hump day. See you guys soon. Bye.